I'm Stephanie, and this is Steph's Stove, and today we're going to be making white acre peas, fresh acre peas as a matter of fact. So this is one of those things that we wait for all summer long. They are just so good. If you've never had them, I would strongly encourage you to try them. They are just delicious, small, tiny, and just so good. So with all that being said, let's get started. All right guys, for this recipe we need just a very few ingredients here. As you can see, here are my white acre peas, and they are just really tiny and just so good. We are going to use ham hocks, which these hocks have been sliced so they're a little smaller, a little bit of bacon drippings, salt, and pepper, and of course water. And with just a few simple ingredients, we are going to make a delicious side dish. Here we go. All right, one of the first things that we're going to do on the stovetop, kind of in a medium-sized pan here, I am going to place about, you'll see my bacon drippings have solidified nicely. I keep it in the refrigerator. About a, maybe a big teaspoon, probably a teaspoon and a half of bacon drippings in the bottom of my pan. And then I'm going to turn my stove on medium high. And as the bacon drippings are melting, I'm going to actually just brown off just a little bit my ham hocks that I have. These were fresh ham hocks, so these were not frozen, but I do want to kind of help them release their flavor just a little bit. And just in case I didn't get quite enough from the ham hocks, this bacon drippings is going to help me out perfectly. All right, we're gonna wait for this to melt down and we'll be right back. All right, it looks like our bacon drippings have melted nicely. So at this point, I am going to come in and I'm going to lay my sliced or split ham hocks down. I'm just gonna try to warm them up first. Give them just a couple of minutes. Like I said, I did have these in the refrigerator, so they are a little cool. I just kind of want to get those bacon drippings to help them release more of their flavor. Oh guys, this is going to be so yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's the tiny little acre peas. Ooh, they're so good. And usually, you will have to go to a farmer's market. I don't think I've ever seen these a lot in just a traditional grocery store. But, you know, if you live in an area where there is a lot of farming or farm communities, your store could have it. But most of the time, we just go down to, we have a farmer's market that's here that's open year round. Because we have so many farmers around us, and they just had a huge shipment of all of their peas for the summer. So I stocked up. So look forward to showing you some other ones as well. But you can use the same method that I'm doing right here for a lot of your fresh peas, whether it's black eyed peas, acre peas, Crowder peas, butter peas, baby lima beans, all of that. It goes so nicely. All right, you can see it's just browning this off, and see a little sizzle right here, which is exactly what I want. So we're gonna get ready and move to our next step to add our peas. Before we add our peas to our cooking pot, I'm gonna open these. I think one thing you should always be sure to do when you're getting peas like this from a local market is put them in a colander and kind of rinse them out. And what I would say, I'm just going to pour these down here, and I'll say kind of, remember my grandpa used to say, you better look them. And what I mean by that is, you kind of have to wash them through. I'm going to spoon right here to filter through them. Some of them you'll see are a little brown. There's nothing wrong with those if you want to eat them. If you just don't like the look of them, pick them out. Also, in the shelling process, you may see some pieces kind of like that, that was of the shell that was left out. And you really don't want that in your peas. Oh, you see, there's another one. I'll take that out. So it's just always a good idea to kind of run it through. Like the little brown ones, they don't bother me. It's kind of part of the process. But if you got some that I would say are just really ugly, you know, they just don't look so good, take those out. Another piece right there. But again, it's always a great idea to do, so we'll rinse these down. And then to a measuring cup, we are going to add, and I'm going to change out here, 4 cups of water. So we'll add this in here, a large measuring cup. Some people I've heard refer to these as like batter bowls. And so pretty close to 4 cups. I probably won't use all that. It'll probably be closer to 3.5. But you can see I'm going to get this here. So we'll go add this water and our peas to our pot and get them going. All right, here we go. As you can see, our hand hocks are still kind of browning over here. I'm going to turn my heat down to 5 to medium. I'll turn it down just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add the water first. I'm going to add some water to this. It's hot. It'll cool down, not to worry. So I've got about a cup that I added there just because I didn't want a big spew to come out. And I'm going to add our peas to this. Get those cooking. And you want your peas covered, I would say about maybe an inch or so. So as you can see, I tried to add that first. So I'm going to add just a little bit more, and some of them you see they're coming up. So I did end up, it's probably about half a cup that's left. So about 3.5 cups will be about what you'll need. So we're going to get this to come back to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we're going to reduce it, let it sit for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to get ready to taste our peas and add some seasoning to them. Here we go. All right, it looks like our peas are boiling nicely. So what I'm going to do, see this film that's at the top? Ooh, steam is hot. This is called scum. It's just yuck. So take a clean spoon and go around the top and go ahead and scoop this out. You know, not going very deep into the water, just enough to get this off. Some people don't take it off. It's just, I don't like it. So I'm always careful to go in and take this out of any kind of fresh peas that are cooking, because they'll always release this. So just try to get as much as you can. Some of it will settle to the sides, so you may want to go around the sides and get it off. And then at this point, we are going to go in, I'll kind of stir this up. I don't want anything sticking to the bottom. And at this point, I'm going to reduce my heat to 3, and I'm gonna let these simmer for about 20 minutes. At 20-minute time, we are going to check them and see, are they tender and are they cooked enough according to our liking. If not, we will continue on at 5-minute intervals to see, kind of check for doneness according to what we like. Some people like them a little firmer. Some people like them very, very soft. But you'll notice during that time, this cooking liquid will start cooking off and it will plump up the peas. Right now, before we go ahead and move those to a simmer, I am going to go ahead and add some salt and some black pepper. I'm going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. I'll just take the lid off my salt here. To that, so this actually gets cooked into my peas. You can always salt afterwards, but during the cooking process, you want to salt and season things. And this is a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. But you want to do it again in the cooking process so it is absorbed into the foods. That's always essential, because even though later you are cooking them and salting, it doesn't really go into the food, it kind of just goes on the food. So I'm going to give that a stir to be sure that that is incorporated. And I'm going to leave these, again, this is going to simmer on the stovetop for about 20 minutes. And at that point, we're going to check it. I'm going to leave these uncovered. I'm not going to put a lid on it because I do want the steam and everything to evaporate out. So let's check back in about 20 minutes. All right, guys, it's been about 20 minutes and I just checked our peas and they're not quite tender enough yet. So I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit to about 4, maybe 5, and continue watching these for another 10 minutes as we get ready. I do want most of this liquid to reduce, so we'll just check you back in about 10 minutes and our peas should be ready. All right, guys, I checked my timer on my peas, and as I came over, I moved this back up to medium heat just about 2 or 3 minutes ago to kind of get it to boil and to remove most of the liquid that was there. I was able to remove quite a bit. And so I'm going to come in now and taste my peas. It's always important to see what do they taste like. Do they need anything else? And you can see it's reduced greatly because the peas, you can see those wonderful ham hocks. They're starting to split open, releasing all of their little goodness too. Oh, those are perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. They just kind of melt in your mouth. They're so good. So I'm going to turn my heat off and let these cool, and then we will plate these up. Guys, wonderful, fresh, white acre peas. Hey guys, there we have it. Remember, white, fresh acre peas cooked in good ham hocks. I'm Stephanie, and this is Steph Stove. Remember, we're making memories one dish at a time. Enjoy.